Hi folks, my name is Sujoy Chaurasia. I am Managing Director and founder of eOxygen Automotive Private Limited. Happy to introduce Mr. Rohan Yajurvedi from Revos Bolt. They're based out of Bangalore. It's a startup and has got one of the best products in micro charging points or charging stations which are IoT controlled, IoT managed. We are also very happy to announce our tie-up along with them. So the next video is about his introductory presentation on our Wednesday webinar, which happened on 16th. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sujoy, and thank you everyone from EA Oxygen for giving me this opportunity to introduce my company. I'm Rohan here from Revos, and we at Revos are building the largest network of affordable, smart electrical vehicle infra for emerging markets. And as this picture is showcasing to all of you, billions of people use two-wheelers for their mobility requirements in India, Southeast Asia, Africa, China, and etc. And just to give you a statistics, two to three wheelers outnumber cars by 1:10 ratio. So if somebody is thinking about fighting climate change, then they need to know where they need to concentrate on. And over these decades, about hundreds of millions of these vehicles will transition to electric vehicles in these markets. And it's going to happen a lot different than how it has in the developed markets like the United States and Europe. And these micro EVs, which are going to be hundreds of millions of them, would need to be smart. And at the same time, we need to have about equivalent or same number of smart charging points to enable to make this transition fast and easy. Introducing it to you, the management team at Revos. So Revos is founded by Mohit and Jyoti, who happen to be batchmates from their BITS Goa time. And they've known each other from 13 years. Jyoti Ranjan and me are childhood friends, and we know each other from our childhood times. And Revos, REVOS, stands for Revolutionary EV Operating Stack. And it was founded in 2017, and it's a Bangalore-based startup. Basically, we started to, to cater to the problem of commuting in painful traffic on the roads and the pollution in India while riding our motorcycles and scooters. And here is a brief journey of what we are up to. We are creating the world's largest charging network and smart vehicle network in a developing and emerging markets. And we aim to have about 2 million devices in the next 5 years in these markets. We're pretty new to the industry, and we started consulting in the auto sector with top industry leaders, OEMs and tier 1 suppliers for building prototypes, technology demonstrators, and etc. And over the last 3 years, we are working with EV OEMs in India, China, and Southeast Asia. And in 2019, we launched our OS for making EV smart and connected. And in 2020, we launched our P2P charging network called Bolt. Currently, we have about 5,000 plus charge points, or the EVSs, which you would like to say, installed both in the private and the public space, globally stretching from the Europe to India to Bangladesh, Southeast Asia, and China. This is a screenshot of the dashboard which we have. The red ones are where the charging is taking place, and the green ones are where the chargers are available. And we also manage about 10,000 plus active EVs on our operating system. And we are a team of 50 plus strong globally. Now, when it comes to EVs, electric vehicles are going to be for everyone. And what is different about this disruption, which is going to happen in electric vehicles, is that the core IP of the internal combustion engine is going to be lost for the established players. Software and the ecosystem will increasingly become the differentiating factor in EVs. And the OEMs who are manufacturing these EVs would need a robust software platform and a widely deployed charging network to even sell their EVs. This is similar to the state of smartphone in the 2010 and the subsequent decades, where thousands of hardware players with substandard software and ecosystem entered. And all of this is going to lead to a boom in EVs in the emerging markets. And this boom is going to bring about a doom for charging. And why I say a doom for charging is because to enable this transition, if you try to draw parallels to the existing infra that we have in our country, would be inadequate and irrelevant. Just to look into this image, this is the typical refueling process that happens in India or the emerging markets. And if you just pick a little maths, which we have done, so for any fuel vehicle, you would need about 5 minutes to refill. And that would translate to about 40 to 50 vehicles that each fuel station would service. And when you compare it to electric vehicles, in the state of art, electric vehicles would need anywhere between about 1 to 2 hours to charge. That would roughly translate about 3 to 4 vehicles in the same fuel station in an hour. And if you just compare to these two, you'll realize that why we say that it is inadequate and irrelevant. And if this picture can tell you anything, then we seriously need to rethink the energy distribution infrastructure for the faster adoption of EVs. And this is going to happen through two ways, that either it's going to be charging or swapping. Now, this is where I'd like to introduce our product called Bolt from Revos. And this is how our charger works. Rather than asking you and your vehicle to come for energy, what we are doing is we are enabling the energy delivery to your vehicle. So if you can see on the left-hand side, in the typical IC combustion, you need to go for a refueling, whereas on her right-hand side is where our Bolt is deployed, and you don't need to go anywhere. This can come to your place because electricity by its nature is something that is omnipresent and everywhere around us. And there are two competing methods in this transition. One is going to be charging and swapping, and both are going to use a distributed infrastructure. But in emerging markets where we are, everything is going to boil down to the affordability to deploy this infrastructure. And we believe that charging is a couple of order magnitude cheaper than swapping, and with lesser dependency on vehicle make, model, and other certification. And add to that the business model, which is widely used in emerging markets, which is could be typically a PCO box. What a customer needs to do is simple: install this Bolt charger for his own vehicle charging requirements. It does not require any permission from the utilities or the government. This has been deregulated by law 2 years back. And Bolt charging network is usable in a single customer mode, but it gets significantly better in a network mode by P2P sharing. And what is P2P sharing? I will just explain to you in the next slide. So this is typically how our Bolt product would look when it's installed. It's simple, identifiable to everyone. The charging network comprises of IoT-enabled sockets, or charging points, as we like to call them. This socket is compatible with the portable charger that comes with all EVs in India. One can not only charge his two-wheeler or three-wheelers, but this can also charge a four-wheeler, though it would take a lot more time. And how it works is that one could locate this on our mobile app, which comes free with this, and scan the QR code, which is on top, select the duration for which he wants the electricity to be dispensed, and pay for that duration and start charging. Bolt has been designed keeping in mind India primarily. It is easy to install and requires little to no maintenance at all. We use a proprietary software to provide security and safety standards. This reduces the hardware cost significantly, thereby driving the adoption of electric vehicles up. Internet is still not a basic infra in our country or in the emerging markets, and we have designed Bolt to be made such that it works without internet, which makes it simple to set up and further reduces your deployment cost. And the best part of the Bolt is that it can be shared, and this is where the P2P charging model comes into. What an EV owner after buying needs to do is he needs to install it outside his house or his premises, charge his vehicle whenever he wants it. And when he's not charging, his Bolt device would be idle. What he can do is he can just declare it public on the app. And if there's any electric vehicle in the vicinity who wants to charge, he can locate the app on his vehicle, locate the device on his app. He can come to that location, scan the QR code, do the whole process, and start charging his vehicle. This will not only provide him charging for his vehicle, but for the site host, it will also generate a passive income and expand the charging network while doing so. And as the slide shows, we have the MRP of this device is at around ₹3,000, and the installation time taken is about 30 minutes and can be done by any qualified electricians. It has both Wi-Fi and BLE in its system, and it's designed to work in a P2P model. These are the features of Bolt, what we have. So it has an energy meters that tracks the power that is being consumed, and you would be built suitably on the app for that. It works on a prepaid model. It is integrated with different payment gateways, and it has a MCB switch for the safety of charger, where if there is a surge, it would just switch on or switch off automatically. It's Bluetooth enabled and does not require active internet connection, so it will work in any place in India where there is no internet, which is a typical obstacle when buying some charger which caters to only internet. And it also have an indicator, and this along with this comes the free app which one can use. And just I'll take about 30 seconds or more to introduce the other offering that we have, which is called as the operating stack, which what we do in it. As you can see, with the core IP of internal, as you all know, the core IP of internal combustion engine is lost, and software is going to be the differentiating factor. It is not only going to be a differentiating factor, but will also become a necessary factor for every OEM. We at Revos aim to make our OS be the Android for EVs, and it manifests itself as the speedometer or the tracker that you can see on the left-hand side of the slide inside the vehicle. And this has been made taking three factors into considerations. EV will come in all shapes and sizes and will offer different levels of smartness. Second, EVs can be built like Legos, and mix and match of hardware and have different features. I want this feature, I don't want this feature, and do that. It's going to be as modular as that, like that. And flexible operating system and pre-built software modules also reduce the cost and time to market for the customers, as we do the software heavy lifting for them. So this will ensure that faster adoption of EVs happen. So while we manufacture and deploy our own charge point devices, Bolt, we also partner with different charge point manufacturers, where we support them through our licensed Bolt charging software stack that integrates with every hardware and communication protocol such as OCPP, etc. And we do this so as to enable the faster go-to-market timelines for our partners. We believe that for EV to take place, competition is not the only way around. Co-optation and collaboration is the way to enable faster adoption of EVs. And these are just some of the customers. So these are Battery has been one of our partners who has deployed his or has taken our charge point licensed Bolt charging software stack and has been deploying it in his place. And this is on the there's a video, though I don't think so. I've overshot the time, so I will just cut it off here. And these are on the OS side, the customers who have given us our testimonials. And thank you, Sujoy, for this opportunity. I hope I've been able to let know people of our products and offerings that we have to enable this ecosystem to take forward.